How we doing, guys? The irony of my desk not being that dirty, but just all of the stuff that can get in the way is in the way. Being re-invited to NoCoCon. Thank you! Okay, going pretty good. Going pretty good so far. No real complaints as of yet. Yeah, everybody in here didn't get to see me last year, or did see me last year. I am going back to NoCoCon. I'm going back to the convention in Watertown, New York, so if you have the ability, come check me out. Now I gotta set up in the background all of the work-related stuff. I missed it. With the invited to con. I didn't know there was one that had an invited to con slot. I didn't see that. The only one I avoided was the one that had a shit ton of cursing on it because I knew that you'd get bingo too quickly. Go to New York every... Listen, get me invited to New York Comic Con and I'll go. Y'all know my rules. Y'all know my rules and why I have them. I only recently started wearing all my rings again. It makes my hands feel way heavier than I thought they did. From all the exciting stuff. Cheers! I live in Washington State, man. Eek. If I remember correctly, I only... Yeah. I didn't even finish UV unwrapping the top of the table yesterday, did I? Ooh, God. Deleted the entire thing. You see, this is why we save. I'm sorry I love superheroes, but yeah, this is why everyone always yells at me about saving. All the exciting things are up. Ah, yes. I'm so sorry all the nerd shit isn't... That's the wrong coffee cup. I'm so exciting all the nerd shit is in the north. Alright, so I was delayed as hell yesterday, and I actually have shit that I need to do after the stream, so I'm going to try and breeze through this one. Listen, I have, like, an important thing to do that was almost important enough for me to be like, streams canceled today. Because I've been working at it for fucking days. And finally it's fucking pulling through. But, because of that, it is the gift. It is the gift in which I am not allowed to talk about. Ironically, it's on the table behind me, and that's why there's a shield up right now. Because you can kind of see it. Seen a lot of... This is the HyperX Quadcast. That's the, Eek, God. I disconnected it from its stand. This is the microphone that I use. It's the HyperX Quadcast. I very much enjoy it. Works very well for me. It's a USB microphone. It's like the best USB microphone I've been able to find. When is her birthday? Her birthday is the 24th. It is March 24th. And yes, you will be able to see it once it's done. But I can't risk anybody people have her TikTok now and they have her Discord now, so if I show it here, there is a potential that a bad apple will fucking spill the beans. So, nobody gets any information other than the fact that I am working on it. Even then, don't tell her that I'm working on it. And all you people are going to scream at me for drinking coffee. I've put it to the side. It's over. It's done. I have my hydration right here. I'm a good at. I know that. Alright. But with that, I'm actually going to start getting to work. Yesterday, I was only able to get the tabletop of this done, but it looks pretty smooth, so I am not warning. Do you hate... Does everyone hate when you do that? When you have a word in mind, but then you look over and you read something at the exact same time, and you say the word you read instead of the word that you meant? I'm not worried. Not warning. I read Inviz's message of I gave you a fair warning yesterday. So that's on me. Alright. Back to work though. Pop this bad boy open. God, is this really as... There's always like a specific number of these sub-menus that I open up because they have all the tools that I use all the time. Alright, I recently started wearing 2 rings on adjoining fingers, which is something that I never do. Usually I use a separation of a finger on every ring that I wear, so on one hand I'd wear at most 3 rings. Which I'm still doing, but these 2 are sized so that they fit my middle and my ring finger. And this is driving me insane. It is something that I need to get used to, but it's the rings hitting together with my fingers. I can hear it, and the fact that I can hear it is driving me bonkers. Thumbs is so uncomfortable. You know, honestly, that's like my most comfortable ring. Because, I mean, like, my finger bends 90 degrees with it on, right? And then I take it off and it bends, like, what, barely over 90 degrees? I barely notice this one at all. Can I optimize this anymore? Nope, that's as optimized as it can get. Try moving them around, maybe. They're sized so that they only fit these fingers. And I have one on my middle finger of this hand, too. And usually I don't hate the clicks. It's the fact that it's completely unintentional. It's whenever I move my hand and I hear the metal click together that I'm like, ah, damn it. I would ask why, but we all probably know why, and it's probably because of the tism, so. Damn, I should have thought this out more. Fuck. I was an idiot. Okay. Damn it. Alright. Now I have to pay for my sins because I accidentally forgot to put a part on this. And now I'm gonna have to click it to hell 1,000 times. Alright. That's a weird one. Alright. There we go. What you make is a great time for the system. Absolutely. Anytime I see the word hydrate now, I just assume it's for me. Alright, so I have the entire tabletop on one UV, which is extremely helpful for something like this where it is a wrap around. How much hell would I cause if I tried to round that bottom edge? I don't think that bottom edge was rounded, though. Let's see. Well, it did basically nothing to the UV, so that's helpful. First of all, I want to turn off that. Fraction. Segments at least 2. I remember that countertop being pretty sharp, but I don't think that anyone's going to believe that that countertop was that sharp, so I got to make it at least not as sharp. Okay. Well, it doesn't seem to have fucked up my UV that much. I mean, there's like a little wonkiness in the corners here. But I feel like I can sigh, unfold, and then optimize to shit again. Click, 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 click. God damn it! Yes, the camera is frozen. It's a shame it's not the other card where camera issues is the problem. There we go. And yes, I did just verbally say sigh. Yeah, don't look that bad. Looks properly wrapped. Do I still have the... Damn it. That edge is rounded too. Fuck! Alright. Listen, I love modeling. I really do. But, shit gets aggravating sometimes. Looks about right. Did I see that correctly? Fucker. Ah, shit. I don't know if everybody else sees that, but that is a rounded edge right there. That would be that sharp-ass corner. Okay. I thought I was done with this. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and even these out so that that flow looks a little bit more natural. Still pretty segmented.
Alfred, yeah, call the guy. I don't care how many this makes, call the fucking guy.
Thank you for the subscription. There we go. And then we're going to do this. So now it's a rounded corner. Also going to do this. I am deselecting the entirety of the top lines of this because they are not included in this. But what I am doing is I am cutting the line on which these overlap back a smidge. Now we have this arduous ass process. What did I just click? There we go. Oop, nope, not that. Damn it. I think I did that over here. Okay. And now we go back. It actually works there. Okay, cut and sew, move and sew. And our UVs look all sorts of fucked up now. Yep. Yep, that should be expected. Ooh. That's probably why right there. Cut. Did that cut? That does not look like that cut. It did not. Cut and sew. Cut. There we go. How to explain it? Our curves are not fully cut in. I think we're good now. Pretty sure we're good now. Whoa, hell no. Jesus Christ. Alright, that should work now. Fingers crossed. There we go, much better. Looks semi-reasonable to optimize this now. Yeah, I would either reschedule or all-out cancel my Friday streams because backspace. I'm still trying to debate what I want to do. If I want to like start earlier on Fridays so that I can accommodate for it, or if I want to start just not do Fridays so that I'm not worn out by the time that I go to backspace. Yeah, Amy, that's kind of what I was thinking, is that I don't want to be streaming for like what, 8 hours, because that's basically what it would be. Here, like, think about it this way. Our D&D sessions take anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. I stream for 2. So that is 6 to 8 hours of this. Of full scale talking into the camera. Have you discussed doing Saturdays and we have, and I am the straw that breaks the camel's back on that one. I don't want to stream on Saturday. Because, alright, I gotta move this to conversation for this. I feel comfortable talking about this. The reason that I am the reason that we have not moved Backspace to Saturdays. Or Godforce or Cemetery War or D and Dorks. I'm the reason we haven't moved D and Dorks to Saturdays. That's me. 100% only me. Everyone else is completely okay with it. I'm the one who's not. And the reason that I am doing that is I treat this like my job. This is my job. This is my day job. I get to work at 9 a.m. in the morning. I clock out at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. This is what I do for work. So I want to treat it like a job. On the other hand of that, I have a home life now that I want to get back to at the end of the day. And I work every single day of the week with this so that I can maintain a living from it. I don't want to put anything on Saturdays. I don't put any of my own work on Saturdays. I don't even answer emails until I get back, unless they're like deathly important, because this is my job and I want to treat it that way, and I want to mentally think about it that way. I don't want to sacrifice time with my family. I don't want to sacrifice time with Scarlett. I want to treat this like a job and to keep it being treated like a job, including Backspace, which, yeah, those are my friends and I'm playing a game with my friends. That's great. But at the same time, I am doing it on camera, in character, for money. So that's work. And I don't want to dedicate 6 hours of work at it's anywhere from 4 to 6 hours at night. So I don't want to dedicate 4 to 6 hours in the middle of my Saturday night, one of the only days I get off with my girlfriend, with my family, with the people that I care about, for a D&D stream. Which I don't want that to sound like arrogant or anything. Just realized I have a hair in my beard. I don't want that to sound arrogant, and I don't want that to sound like I'm putting my thoughts before the rest of everybody else. I don't want to sacrifice that time. I'm not comfortable doing that, because I dedicate all of my time to this. I don't want to dedicate all my time to that. I want to be able to spend quality time with the people that I care about. But yeah, don't think that they have not discussed. Everyone has discussed moving it to Saturday. The literal only person who is making it so it's not Saturday is me, and that's why. Is because I have my own feelings about it. So that's why we haven't really moved the time, and that's also why I've debated changing this stuff up, or like changing when I'm streaming this for Fridays and everything. I have no idea what the vector program is, so no idea. Back to what I was doing. Specifically didn't feel like working. It. All right, that's a hard one, is because it's not that it feels like work, but think about it from what I have to do D and Dorks, right? I'm out here on my computer, on camera, in the Panda Red persona, because I've talked about it before, that Panda Red and Jay are two different people. I'm putting on a face to do this. Not that I'm fake doing this. I think everybody can acknowledge the fact that a public persona and your private persona are two totally different people. I have to be in work mode because I'm Panda Red on those streams. And I have to be out here on camera entertaining for 4 to 6 hours. So it's not that it feels like work. It doesn't feel like I have to do this. It's more the process of doing D and Dorks is virtually the same to the process of what I do for like this. And this is work. I don't make any qualms about this being work. I also don't think that's a bad thing. I think that visualizing it as a part of my job is more what it is. Is because I am on there as Panda Red. And it's not that people wouldn't want me to be there if I wasn't on there as Panda Red, but doing that keeps me away from Scarlet. It takes up time. Bravado one has to put on in public. And that it's kind of like that, but it's also like, yeah. Imagine if all of your friends worked at a convenience store, right? And you have set your hours aside to be Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's when you work. Great. But now, your boss says, hey, come in on Saturday, and you and all your friends are just going to hang out. Well, now, you still have to go into work. You still have to put on your uniform. You're still going to get paid for time being there. And you still kind of have to do some of the stuff you have to do at work. But all your friends are there. And you all are technically hanging out. That's what it is. It's you're still going into work. All your friends are there and you guys are hanging out and having fun, but you're still working. That's the reason where it's like I love doing that, and it is something I do for fun almost exclusively. But I'm an introverted person at heart. I like being in my own little fucking cave where I am hidden away from people and can just kind of vibe on my own. That's where my comfort level is. And then I go out of my comfort level to do, not out of my comfort level, it extends my comfort level to do stuff like this. Kind of the social coins analogy or the spoons analogy. Like doing Panda Red stuff spends spoons. I don't mind doing it, but when they're done, they're done. I'm sure you guys have seen it. When streams go especially long on D and Dorks or something, at a certain point I am just, because I've been streaming for 7 fucking hours at that point, and I'm just tuned out. I'm zoned. And I don't want that. And I also don't want to spend time away from like Scarlet and the people that I care about to end up being like that. I also don't want to have to orient my entire week around like, oh, yeah, we would love to go out and hang out on Saturday night, but Jay's got a work thing for the next 13 weeks. That's what I'm like. I don't want that. I don't want that to impede it and everything. I still want to be able to be this. I still want to be able to be Panda Red on those streams and not dissociating annoyed Jay who wasn't able to go and hang out with his family and friends because he had to come home and play D&D. Different mindsets you have in each place. The burnout is. You see, that's the problem though. Matt, Momo, Nathan, they are my like real legitimate friends. They're not work friends. Like I legitimately, those guys are awesome and I love those guys. But it is the social interaction that we have in that moment isn't the same as when we're in private. Like when me, Matt, and Nate hung out after Nathan's concert, it was way different than it is on a D and Dork stream. Because of course it is. Because we're not the same people on and off camera. We're not badly different people, but like, did my camera just die again? God damn it. Ugh. There we go. But yeah, that's why I don't do it on Saturdays. It's not because I think of D and Dorks like work. It's because legitimately it is part of my job. It is part of what I do for work, regardless of how much I enjoy it and how much I love doing that. It's still part of what I do for work, and it's still, I have to put on my work face to do it. As much as I love doing it, and as much as it is my social interaction, and as much as it is with people I genuinely enjoy hanging out with. I hope that makes sense. I hope it doesn't just seem like, Panda doesn't want to move it because he's stubborn about doing it on Fridays. No, I like this being my job, and I like thinking of it like a job and having it scheduled like a job. And I don't want to work weekends. Stay. There we go. Alright. Is camera issues on this one? Camera difficulties. Holy shit, it is on this one. Panda rants. Yeah, that's fair. I'll grant you that one. I am actually wearing merch. Panda rant was applicable. I would count it. I'll count it. I'll also say, the Lacrimosa, I'm not sure why I feel so sad hearing it. It's probably because there's a certain level of a parasocial relationship that kind of gets, bent at that. Because, from the other side of the screen, it's tuning into a D&D game that a bunch of friends are having. It's just tuning in to another, you're listening in on another social group, essentially. It's not like a pre-scheduled, it's a pre-scheduled thing, but it's not, this isn't a meeting. This isn't 4 professionals sitting down to have a meeting. It is 4 friends playing D&D together. And that is what it is, but also, it is for an audience. It is for a camera. It is for, we're all looking into the camera. We have to figure out the digital aspect to it because we need to get the more people viewing it. We figure out the Patreon. We figure out the YouTube. We talk behind the scenes. We have a post show, not because we actually have the post show, but because that's a good thing to have on the Patreon. And I imagine that hearing, I don't want to do it because it's work, bends it a little bit. Because then it goes, oh, it's not 4 people it's not just 4 friends playing a game. It pushes it toward that, oh, shit, these are 4 people actually working. Working the crowd. Of course it is. Of course there is. We're 4 influencers. Our job is work the crowd. Our entire job is look at the camera and work the infinite crowd that's on the other side. That is what we do for our day job. So doing that in a group doesn't make it any less what we're doing. But I imagine hearing it, it breaks that 4th wall of we're just 4 friends hanging out. The same way that how would I put it? The same way that if I talk about the art process that goes into making my merch, or the burnout you feel when a video doesn't do as good. Like, that kind of breaks that, like, oh, this is just a guy filming for fun sort of thing. When I show the behind the scenes, the shit that I have to work on to get this shit to work, it bends that a little bit. And I feel like that's probably influencing the feelings for it. At least a touch. I imagine that it would. I don't know why, but my brain's never really had one of those parasocial relationship things. I've never, like, felt close to a creator before. I don't think that it's just that. There's probably a couple of things that go into it. That's the main thing that I imagine when I think about it. But that's also because, like I said, my brain doesn't really work in the aspect of, like... I'm always... My favorite thing to do is to think about the fourth wall, is to know the fourth wall. On your Stream Dump channel? Probably not. It was only there for a couple seconds, and it's not exactly in high resolution, so... It's kind of like when a teaser image gets posted online versus the real version that gets posted later. I don't really mind it being there. Plus, I never edit those fucking streams. Editing those things and saving them would take hours. Which I could do. Sneak peek of the inner workings of Patreon. Like I personally love the acknowledgement of the fact, the acknowledgement of the medium is the way that I would put it, which is, I assume would be breaking the fourth wall is what the proper term for it would be. Because I like imagining that. One of my favorite pastimes when I'm watching a movie is thinking about what that scene is like without the soundtrack. Because that's what it's like to film it. You don't hear the soundtrack. So, if there's like a super intense fight scene, I love thinking about what did this feel like with there was no sounds. I worried for a long time that I was crossing lines with him. He had to acknowledge that we were actual friends first. Exactly. And there is a difference between a parasocial relationship and a, like, real relationship. Because a parasocial relationship is, I have never known you. It's a one-sided relationship. But a real relationship is there's affection, there's emotion going both ways, period. Like, the biggest thing, like, I have 1 million followers on TikTok. Those people aren't real to my brain. It's a number. It's a number on a screen. The people that I know are like I'm not going to act like every single person in the chat is my friend, because I don't know you guys. I don't know who you are as people. I know your username, and I know what you post in the chat. That's what I know. And you know what I choose to show on camera. You know what I choose to say, what I choose to show on the screen, and all of that. It's a very limited and controlled relationship. So parasocial relationships, like, fascinate my brain. Because if you acknowledge the fact that they exist, there's a lot more that I think you can do with the relationship. Because I try and be as open as possible about the fact that, where I'm like, yes, Jay and Panda are two different people. You know Panda. And Panda is a part of an act that I show. That it's one of my favorite things. I love acknowledging that so that I can kind of sidestep the parasocial relationship, or not even sidestep it, but acknowledge it and go, yeah, you know Panda, and I've talked about Jay, but I'm not Jay on camera, and I've never been Jay on camera. Not really. And that's... I showed my coworker the Panda Motors Matt. She's sad. Wanted to make her laugh, and I had to say, this is Nikhil and Jay, and they're maybe my internet buddies? I don't know. Don't worry, Amy. You get a hug if I meet you in person. We're good. Trying to get all matey with yourself, for example. That's the Marco said. I appreciate you making content, but at the end of the day, To you, I'm a string of ones and zeros, and semi-vice versa. Exactly. That's kind of, and I don't want that to sound like it's belittling. What's the J voice on the bingo card is when I drop the panda voice and go back into my regular speaking voice, which is this. That's what the J voice is. Until after, though. Okay, well, that's fair. But that's sort of the... I like acknowledging that. Because I like making that a part of the act. To go, we all know that this is J exaggerated to 11. I like everyone being in the know. I don't want to manipulate a parasocial relationship to be like, ah, yes, you all love me so much, so do this for me. I don't want that. I hate that. I hate it when creators do that. And I also want everybody to know when they see me as Panda that they're like, oh yeah, this is Jay. But Jay, in reality, is a pretty, like reserved person. He's talkative when he wants to be, but he takes a long time to talk to people. He's quiet. He doesn't really like being in the public eye in his personal life. But he likes putting on a show. That's ditch. But yeah, I'm sorry, I went into a complete fucking tangent with this. I have a deep fascination with this, with that aspect of content creation and that aspect of my job. It is something I really like discussing and really like portraying. Here's your weekly reminder that the people that you see on the other side of TikToks are three-dimensional human beings that have a lot more sides than you see on the screen. Perfect analogy for this. When I met Straw Hat Goofy in person for the first time, I've talked to him and I've seen his videos. So I've talked to him over texting. I've seen his videos on TikTok and everything, but I'd never met him in person. And meeting him in person, it was a totally different person than I was expecting, because on the screen, Straw Hat Goofy is a lot more put together. In the aspect of, like, he is a lot more professional on the screen, because of course he has to be. That's his work. That's where he shows who he is. So he's a lot more concise. He talks in like a audible but not too loud tone. Really nice, really like sociable, that sort of thing, right? But then I met Straw Hat Goofy in person, and meeting him in person, totally different aspect of the guy, because he's a lot more physical. He's a lot more like pat you on the back, hug you, dap you up. Like he talks loud, he tells stories, he's super sociable, super charming, in comparison to what I knew from the screen, where I knew him from the screen as a lot more like of an optimistic professional, while in person he's a lot more of a charismatic guy, is the way that I would put it. And that is the two distinctions that I really like to show, where it's like, yeah, there's like a bunch of different aspects to a person that you are never going to know. I thought I knew what I was going to experience when I went to meet Straw Hat for the first time, and it was totally different than I thought. I've met you in real life, I've interacted with you on streams, but it's still very much a parasocial relationship, right? Yeah, to a certain aspect, because let's be honest, what do you actually know about Jay? What do you know about the parts of me that aren't on the screen? You've met me in real life, but you've met me at a table, at a booth, where I am being this, but in person. But yeah, it's still technically a parasocial. It's a parasocial with more levels to it. And yes, we did chat at the party too. That's very true. But there's still an aspect of, Panda, because I am there as Panda Red. Like, we went to I went to a convention to be Panda Red at a table. so that people can come and meet Panda Red and talk to Panda Red. I went to a party that night where I was a little bit more relaxed, but I was still Panda Red. I went to be myself, but I went to interact with people that I knew as Panda Red. And then I went home. Where I went home to Scarlet, and then I was Jay. And that's what I'm talking about. It's still technically parasocial. I've talked to you once. I've met you at a convention. I've sat down and talked to you at a party at a convention. However, there is aspects to both of us that neither of us know. And the relationship that we have as people was based on fandom first, and then meeting me as a person. If that like tracks, if that makes sense. I know that I get a little wordy when I get ranty, so I hope that actually made any sense. I'm a real person, and I only know what you show, but my brain crossed the wires, and I No, that totally makes sense. That totally makes sense because I've seen that happen. My tism doesn't work that same way, so I don't have like the hyper empathy. But it does make sense. Because you care, your brain goes, I fully care. I care completely. And that's not a bad thing. But me acknowledging this, me acknowledging the wall, me acknowledging the fourth wall, is part of what I do to go, like, not to like keep people at arm's length or anything, but to acknowledge that, like, yeah, this is a show. I am putting on a show. I do a show on my TikTok. I do a show on here. I do a show on YouTube. It's a show. It's a show for entertainment because I am an entertainer. That's what I do. Many people I'm a fan of. I know who you are as the person you present yourself to be. I don't know you in person, and meeting someone I essentially don't know scares me for various reasons. And that's totally fair. That is also why not everybody's going to go to a con. If I say I'm going to be there, not everybody's going to go there. Because to a certain extent, it's like, yeah, I like the videos you do, but I don't really know or care about you as a person, really. Which sounds mean, but it's not. That's real. That's reality. Like a person when they meet. Oh, they absolutely are. It's not that people are just like, you're here for my entertainment. That's not the case. That's 100% not the case. People are very excited when they come up to meet me. And I only do this because of my personal fascination with parasocial relationships, with acknowledgement of the fourth wall. Being upfront, which is fair. And this is letting you behind the curtain even more. By acknowledging it, it is letting you behind the curtain even more so that you know more of me as a person.
Did you get a different fucking
It's not, I'm not trying to keep people at arm's length by acknowledging the wall. I am letting people know that I am aware of it as well. And also letting them be aware of it. Because I'm fully aware of it from my position. Holy shit, someone actually redeemed the take a break one. My lord. In the ring is similar to himself, but very much not a one-to-one depiction. Exactly. That is a very good way to put it. Alright, so I am going to actually respect to take a 5-minute break. You're just talking. Exactly. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, as in I'm going to put it on the away screen and walk away for 5 minutes. Give your voice a rest. Yes, thank you. Maybe you're gonna break me from this infinite rant that I'm doing right now, and then actually let me get back to work. Okay, so 5 minutes starting now. I'm gonna be back in an hour and 7 minutes. Okay. Sorry if this was loud. No, I love this shit. I love talking about this. That's why I'm continuously ranting, because this is the shit that I like to think about. Okay, I'm gonna take my break so I don't keep talking. All right, so back in 5 minutes, hour and 7 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, peace. Okay, I am back. Okay, we have... How much? We have an hour left? Alright. Your mic is touch... It is! Just this part, right? Okay, I have about 50 minutes left. I have still not even completed UV unwrapping the top of this table. So, let's see if we can get this done. Checking my UVs everywhere. What is that? Oh, that's weird. It does it here too. Ooh, yeah, I can imagine. That is a rough spot. Also just realized that probably is much better left cut here instead. Which means more fucking moving and sewing and optimizing. Yay! Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then back to this again. Wait, hold on. Oop. Is this a 3D model? It is the UV of a 3D model. So it's the skin of a 3D model, essentially. This is the 3D model that I'm working on. It is the top of a table. It is the top of this table in this room. But the top of this table has been giving me hell for about half a day now, so. Ooh. That's less than optimal. Yeah, no one's really going to see that portion anyway. God, I hope nobody sees that portion. Okay. These portions are still kind of janky-jank. But I don't really think there's anything I can do about that. So we're just going to leave that as is for now. We're still only working on this tabletop, actually. I have it can't be that easy. It was that easy. There we go. Optimizing anymore seems to do virtually nothing. But I can't just sit here and optimize to hell. Slowly try and unbend this ever so slightly, but I don't think that would do anything. At least nothing of consequence. So there we go. Oh shit. There we go. This is finally completely UV unwrapped. Figure out the layout. Yes, I was. I was just sitting here fiddling through all of my old images, all my family's old images of this shop, desperately trying to figure out how it fucking looked. Yeah, this is definitely wider in person, so I'm gonna scooch it out a little bit once I have everything modeled. Because there was a pretty good distance here, and I do not think that is right. It's a good thing that that's the distance that I fucking guesstimated. To any potential employers looking at the chat right now, the reason it took me that long is because I was playing detective to try and figure out sizing. So we're just gonna... There we go. All right. Here's what I have to work with. Pretty sure that's how it's assembled. It is camera based, so I would not know. Cut. Come to think of it, actually. Cut. So... Yeah, we'll go with that.
That's a different kid. Did you get a different fucking kid?
Thank you for the follow. Cut. 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 All right. I don't know why those are so fucking weird. Oh, that's why. Forgetfulness. There we go. There we go. And now we just... Not at all what I wanted it to do, but okay. Those are so close to being exactly the same that it doesn't really matter if they are slightly warped. What I'm doing right now is flattening out all the UVs because I don't want there to be any difference between the two. Okay. Plus it takes up less space this way, so... So this is the same object, but it doesn't need to be on the same UV sheet because the textures are going to be different, and I want the tabletop to be very high resolution, so it's going to be on its own texture map. Okay. Sorry for that, I needed to figure out what I was going to do. Something I do to make this easier is I always line it up perfectly with the center of the UV, and then I scale everything from there. Because then I can just and shrink it until it fits. There we go. Now we have all the table backings. There we go. Now everything has its own UV. Oh yeah. We are all set. Alright, table is done. Comic shelves are done. Corners are done. I really need to start making textures for everything. First of all, let's put that in a group. Disk. Go front desk. What is this? It is the front. Oh, motherfucker. Front. That is the right wall. That is the left wall. That is the, what would you call that? Desktop? Okay. So if I do this, everything's laid out. Everything's got its own, other than this fucker. That fucker's all stretched out. We don't talk about him. Also this guy. He's also pretty stretched out. We don't talk about him. That's because we don't know how big he is yet, so we're not going to touch his textures yet. Alright, what's next? What's next? I don't want to do the door frames yet. Should I do the door frames? No, I don't want to do the door frames yet. Ugh. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do the sheet here. Because I am bad at cloth simulation. I might need to do some research before I touch that. I'm also starting to realize that I might need coffee because I am tired. Okay. What else do we have? Oh, first of all, I should probably go in here and soften all these edges real quick. I just want to make sure all of these rounded edges actually look round. Oh, that one. Okay. All right. Looking good, looking good. All right, I think that should be good. There we go. All right. The Panda shed, well, I call it the Shedio. I've never considered calling it the Shedio, but I called it the Panda Shed because that's a pun on my name. Get it? Panda Red, Panda Shed. That was the whole joke. But the Shedio is fucking great. I do love that. That's looking about right. Y'all motherfuckers must be tired with all these puns that you're making. I'm fucking tired. Okay. Next thing. We've got all this. Got that. Now we're getting into the complicated modeling. I guess the pull box isn't that complicated.
That's a different kid. Did you get a different fucking kid?
Excuse me, I just tried to drown myself to avoid the puns. Okay. Damn. All right. All right. I'm not calling a friend. Phoning a friend. What's the thing they used to use in fucking fake taxi? What was it, fake taxi? What was it called? It was the one where the guy would drive a fake taxi around. Cash cab. That's the name of the fucking thing. I always just remember that it was a taxi that wasn't fucking real. So I'm trying to desperately remember Cash Cab. Was Phone a Friend from Cash Cab, or was it from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I think it's from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. That's a really bad poster. All right. I remember our pull box that we had at the shop had a certain number of shelves in it, like where the comics would go. And I cannot remember for the life of me how many it had. And I need to know that before I start modeling it. But it's like the last very simple thing to model. Because the rest of it is like, oh, the table, which has a bunch of parts that fold into each other, and the display cases that have a bunch of parts that lay on top of each other. My brain is at a level of I don't want to model these things, so I am desperately trying to give myself the motivation. I guess this is pretty simple to model, and there's two of these. Alright. I actually have... Haha. I have a tape measure. Specifically for measuring this damn thing so I can know how big it's supposed to be. 30 inches. By... 30 by 58. Da-da-da. 30 by 58. So, let's see. So, new cube. Oh, score. I snapped it to the corner. It's even better. Alright, so. Let's make it that way. It is 76.2. And then 58 is 147.32. And then how deep is this damn thing? What is that? 15 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 16ths. 15 and 5 16ths. What the hell is 5 16ths? Gotta figure out how much. Five 16ths. Alright, so 38.9. It's 38.9 centimeters. There we go. The boy. Move the boy here. God damn it, I deleted its fucking history. Like an idiot. Alright. Eight. 0.9. Fucking hell. Alright. It's 30 by 58, so 76.2. And then this is 147.32. No, damn it. There we go. All right. So I need 8. I need 8 squares. Perfect. Okay.
That's a different kid. Did you get a different fucking kid?
Thank you for the follow. Alright, this is going to be the easiest goddamn modeling that I have ever done. Thank you, IKEA Furniture. What has been consumed? Congratulations. And 4 centimeters. We're gonna go with 0.2 for now. And then I'm gonna make an actual cube. Make another cube. And this thing is going to be 4 centimeters all around. I'm gonna drag this bastard over here. Damn it, I'm gonna drag this bastard over here. Score. Basically exactly that. Don't even need to worry about it. Awesome. And then I'm going to subdivide these. Chamber on. I'm going to make the fraction 0.1. Actually, make it 0.05. .75 maybe. That's about right. Okay. Doesn't need to be perfect, just needs to kind of look like it. Okay. Ever so slightly. Ever so slight. Barely anything. Just adding some depth where there wasn't depth before. Thank you for the subscription. Perfect. And then we will grab again ever so slightly back. Alright, and then go. Bookshelves are actually looking half fucking decent. Top shelves completed. And now on to the rest of them. Do whatever you feel financially capable of doing, Invis. I have no idea who that is, but I'm gonna trust it. Shit. I didn't realize that I was almost out of time. I'm going to get as much done as possible before that time runs out. Oop. I actually can't do that. I have to do it this way. Because if I don't, it'll start merging shit I don't want merged. That's not the end of it. What just happened? I hit the wrong fucking button, that's what. Whoop, that means. Okay, alright, we're gonna. Much better. Alright. Thank you for the gifted subs, Invis. Ironically enough, I think from this camera angle I can see literally every line I need. There we go. All good. Okay. We're getting to the fun part of 3D modeling, which is essentially just the same task over and over again to make something look right. this all individually. There we go. We have a bookshelf. Yay! Actually, still have 5 minutes left. Hell yeah! Okay, and if I remember correctly, is this? It is. Bookshelf 1. Duplicate bookshelf 2. Okay, we're good. There's two of these back to back right next to each other. And we are going to ever so slightly just make it not perfect because nothing really is. There we go. What the hell was that? Alright, that's just the edge corner. Good. I actually shouldn't make this second shelf already because I need to UV unwrap the first one. But, first one is made. It is there. Ready for books to be placed into it. Hell yeah, go team. Alright. Yes. Progress has been saved. Alright. With that, I'm actually going to call it for today. Because like I said, I have shit I need to do. So, I am going to let y'all go. Yes, that was the only save that I have done in the last 2 hours. Don't remind me. Actually, do remind me. Do remind me constantly because I will forget all the time. I will tell Scarlett that you love him. Thank you guys. Can you get a 2-minute rant? No. You can't just request rants. That's not how they happen. Alright. Saving a sound alert. Redeem. That is actually a really smart idea. I'm actually not going to raid anybody because I don't think there's anyone to raid right now. At least that I have. So, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for everybody for watching. I'm going to see you guys. It's Friday, so I'll see y'all Monday. We're going to keep on plugging away at this. Thank you guys for watching. Love y'all. All right.